The Boy sounded really fascinating. This is a 2015 film directed by Craig McNeil. It's written by McNeil and Clay McLeod Chapman, with a cast including Jared Breeze, David Morse, and Rainn Wilson. And I like Rainn Wilson. I was quite excited to watch this. It sounded like a really great concept, and unfortunately the execution is so painful to watch because nothing happens and the film is almost 2 hours. It's about, well, I'll read the description from IMDb actually, because this is what I had going into it, and it sounded really interesting. IMDb says it's, and I quote, an intimate portrait of a 9-year-old sociopath's growing fascination with death. That sounded brilliant. It sounded so fascinating. And the only thing that's really fascinating, and I use the word lightly, is observing the boy's surroundings, the people he meets, watching how he behaves around other people, maybe looking at behaviours he has picked up from other people that may contribute to this quote-unquote fascination with death. So that's the only bit that was even remotely interesting, but nothing happens. And the boy's behaviours weren't really that disturbing. I'm not saying I think his behaviours were perfectly fine, but there was nothing about this that was thrilling or really that dramatic. And IMDb lists it as a drama, a horror, and a thriller. And I have to say, it's not dramatic, it's not thrilling, and it's certainly not a horror film. It is just very mundane. We just spend almost 2 hours following this boy around, and nothing happens. And unfortunately, I can't recommend it. It sounded like an absolutely fantastic concept, and is very poorly executed. I think with the slowness they were trying to create, this is purely my opinion, I think they were trying to create this eerie atmosphere. The slowness is building to something that's going to happen, and it just doesn't deliver. So I think they were trying to make it eerie, but unfortunately it was just very, very boring. Brilliant concept, really poorly executed. The boy has nothing to offer really, and it doesn't work at all. Do I recommend it? Not at all. Maybe if it were shorter, maybe if it were a little bit more dramatic, but we're basically just following around this little boy who just looks at dead bodies, animals for the most part. There's a deer and there are a couple of other dead things, and a few other small things happen. Obviously, I don't want to give away every aspect, just in case you decide to watch it, but that's pretty much all that happens for the most part. It picks up a little bit towards the end when a few other characters are brought into it, but in general, not a lot happens. The Boy is a great concept, but ultimately a very weak film.